Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance II and we're doing another top 10 guide for the game, and this one is going to be the bludgeons or warhammers and maces. So the goal of this is going to be, just like all the other ones I've been doing in this series, to release updated guides for the game now that all of the DLCs are out, and these should be accurate from now until the end of time as far as Kingdom Come Deliverance II is concerned. So that's what we're doing today, and we're going to be going by total damage output. So let's just dive on in. And we'll be starting off, since there are, I believe, 21 bludgeons total in the game, or at least 21 unique ones. And so we're going to be doing these first 5 are going to be just the honorable mentions. These are the ones that would have taken numbers 11 through 15. So I'm including them just so people don't ask, oh, where's that one? Since I find sometimes those last 5 hang in the peripheries of what people consider to be quite good. So we're just going to go through these pretty quick here. The Bailiff's Mace would have taken number 15. That has a total damage of 95. The Rider's Warhammer is number 14. That has a total damage of 98. The Flanged Mace is number 13. That one has a total damage of 103. The Knight's Warhammer would have been number 12, and that one has a total damage of 107. And the Dagger Mace would have been number 11, and that has a total damage of 110. So those ones are the honorable mentions, or runners-up, or whatever you want to call them. They would have been 11 through 15. Now, with those out of the way, let's dive on in with the real start of the video and show you number 10. All right, starting us off at number 10, we have the Heavy Mace, of course, at level 3, which is going to be the quality we're looking at all of these at. If you have them at a lower quality, they will, of course, have different damage stats. So for the Heavy Mace, it says, a mace with steel flanges is a formidable weapon, yet it is still nimbler than a simple axe. It can crush and break bones even through quality plate armor. For stats, this one has 0 for piercing damage, 0 for slash damage, 110 for blunt damage, 96 in defense, 162 for durability, and 6.8 pounds for the weight. So if you want to get your hands on this one, of course, the same is going to be said for most of the weapons in this video. It can be found as loot. You'll find it relatively common on enemies, especially higher level enemies, but you can purchase this one at level 3 in the town of Kuttenberg from Master Mathias von Saaz and from Blacksmith Zdimir, who can be found over in Grund. So it's various spots. In fact, also I believe from the blacksmith at Trosky Castle as well. So there are quite a few different blacksmiths that sell this at level 3, and you can pick it up from any of them. But that's number 10. Let's move on to number 9. And at number 9, we have the Captain's Mace. A Captain's Mace is a great weapon, expressing the status of the owner and the punishment that will befall anyone who opposes him. A single movement with the weapon in hand is enough to set in motion whole ranks of warriors. This one has a total damage of 111, just 1 point higher than the Heavy Mace. For other stats, though, piercing damage of 0, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 111, defense of 116, durability of 146, and a weight of 4.8 pounds. If you want to get your hand on a level 3 variant of the Captain's Mace, you can buy it from the Trosky Castle Blacksmith, or in Kuttenberg from Matthias von Saaz or Blacksmith Zdimir. So that's how you can get your hand on the Captain's Mace, which is number 9. Let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have the Ornate Mace, which has a total damage of 119, so 8 points higher than the Captain's Mace. This one says, a mace with steel flanges is a formidable weapon, yet it is still nimbler than a simple axe. It can crush and break bones even through quality plate armor, which you might recognize the description from being the same as the Heavy Mace. For stats on this one, piercing damage of 0, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 119, defense of 126, durability of 215, and a weight of 5.3 pounds. Getting your hands on the Ornate Mace is fairly simple. You can buy a level 3 variant in Kuttenberg from Master Mathias von Saaz or from Blacksmith Zdimir in Grund, or even Master Peter Mannlicher in Kuttenberg. So quite a few places to buy this one, and of course you'll also find it on higher level enemies. So that's number 8. Let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we have one of the newer ones. This one is the Buchar Mace with a total damage of 123, so a couple points higher than the Ornate Mace. This one was added in with the Legacy of the Forge DLC, so you're going to need that DLC if you want to get this mace. So the description says, this head is laughing at you because it'll be the last thing you see in this life if you stand in its way. Piercing damage of 19, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 104, defense of 95, durability of 88, and a weight of 3.7 pounds. So like I said, you need the Legacy of the Forge DLC to get your hands on this one, and then in there you're going to need to get the sketch for Caster 1, and that's going to be one of the rewards you can get during the Sinners of Kuttenberg quest series, and this one in particular will be from the quest Ragman's Dream. So once you've completed that, this will be one of the rewards you get for that quest, and then you just have to have your assistant who lives at the forge with you make the mace for you, and then you can buy it from him. So that's how you can get your hand on the Buchar Mace, which is the 7th best bludgeon in the game. So that's number 7. Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have the Lavish Warhammer, which has a total damage of 124, just 1 point higher than the Buchar Mace. The Warhammer is considered by many to be as noble a weapon as the sword, since it is used where there is no room for swordplay and hard blows need to be dealt. The Warhammer is is therefore designed to penetrate armor and crush bones in the heat of battle. Piercing damage 0, slash damage 0, blunt damage of 124, defense of 155, durability of 161, and a weight of 7.7 pounds. So this is another one that I think looks really cool, and again, is very good stat-wise, you know, thus taking the number 6 spot. You want to get your hands on this? It's another one that you will find as loot relatively frequently, but you can also buy it in Kuttenberg from Mathias von Saaz or Peter Mannlicher. It sometimes will show up as a Kuttenberg Tournament reward, and you can buy it in Grund from Blacksmith Zdimir. So that's the Lavish Warhammer at number 6. Let's move on to number 5. At number 5, we've got the first of our, I guess, unique ones. You could count the Buchar Mace as unique because you won't find it anywhere else in the world, but this one is truly unique. So the Trollbane Hammer at level 3 quality is the number 5 spot with a total damage of 128. So it says a hammer made for killing trolls. These monsters are said to hide under bridges and ambush unsuspecting travelers and caravans, or maybe it's just an excuse for bandits. Stats on this one are piercing damage of 0, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 128, defense of 124, durability of 213, and a weight of 10.3 pounds. So this one is one that you can just go ahead and pick up, and I'll show you where. So you're going to need to be in the Kuttenberg region of the map to find this one, and you'll head south from the city down along this road that follows the river until you get almost to the charcoal burners camp, and then you're going to want to be looking for the bridge where I have my character standing. Once you're down off the road by this bridge, you go underneath the bridge up towards the front, and you'll find a skeleton sitting here, and he will have on him some painkiller and the Trollbane Hammer, which you can see here is level 3. I've heard people say that they always find it at level 2. I don't know what to tell you. I always find it at level 3, and this is exactly where I find it. So that is the Trollbane Hammer at number 5. Let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have the Ramhead Hammer, again, the level 3 variant. This one has a total damage of 133. A masterfully made warhammer with a ram's head shaped hammer that excellently smashes skulls and penetrates armor. The mercenary commander Andrew earned his nickname thanks to this weapon. Stats on this one are piercing damage of 0, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 133, defense of 134, durability of 234, and a weight of 11.1 pounds, so it's fairly heavy. This one is, as you can tell from the description, a unique reward, or not reward, but a weapon you can take off of a bandit. I believe the mission is called the Thunderstone. I think that's what the quest is called, but that's as far as I remember the quest that you have to do. And you can find his final camp near Ratborsch at this ruined mill. So, like I said, I believe you have to have the quest going before you'll find him here. Otherwise, you'll just find random bandits, and I believe that quest can be started in Grund. So the Thunderstone quest will eventually see you going after him, and he will have this hammer on him there. That is, of course, unless I'm remembering the wrong quest, but that is how you get your hands on the Ramhead Warhammer, which is number 4. Let's move on to number 3. At number 3, we have just the Warhammer, once again the level 3 variant. This one has a total damage of 134. A really heavy Warhammer designed to break through knight's armor. It can take a lot, but one has to be skilled with it to make it serve him well. It is used with a shield in a hard melee battle where there is no telling what blow will fall where. Stats on this one are a piercing damage of 27, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 107, defense of 114, durability of 131, and a weight of 7 pounds. So it's lighter than the Ramhead Warhammer, which is funny because it looks way bigger. That being said, this one is just a basic weapon. You'll find this on enemies all the time, but you can also buy it in Kuttenberg from Mathias von Saaz or Peter Mannlicher, and you can purchase it from Blacksmith Zdimir in Grund, and I think even from the blacksmith in Trosky Castle. So lots of places to get your hands on this one, and considering it's the 3rd best bludgeon in the game overall, you know, being able to get it right away at the beginning of the game in Trosky is pretty cool. So that's number 3, the Warhammer. Let's move on to number 2. At number 2, we have the Raven's Beak at level 3. This one has a total damage of 144. A type of warhammer often called a Raven's Beak from the shape of its spike. While its blunt end is great for crushing skulls, its pointed end is perfect for piercing armor. Stats on this one are a piercing damage 29, slash of 0, blunt damage of 115, defense of 134, durability of 234, and a weight of 7.7 pounds. This one is actually, especially late game, one of the most common loot items I ever find. If you're running into heavily armed enemies, even, you know, just generic ones that spawn at the camps over and over again, they drop Raven's Beaks more than anything else. So finding this one is super easy loot-wise, but also you can purchase it in Kuttenberg from Mathias von Saaz, Blacksmith Zdimir in Grund, Master Peter Mannlicher in Kuttenberg. So again, quite a few places you can just go ahead and purchase it at level 3. So that's number 2, the Raven's Beak. Let's move on to the best bludgeon in the game at number 1. And at number 1, it should be no surprise that we have the Basilisk Warhammer, another weapon that was added with the Legacy of the Forge DLC. This one at level 3 has a total damage of 165, making it a good chunk above the Raven's Beak and considerably better than most of the bludgeons in the game. It says, whoever looks into its eyes will turn to stone and crumble into dust. because that's what a Basilisk does to people. Stats on this one are a piercing damage of 36, slash damage of 0, blunt damage of 129, defense of 125, durability of 225, and a weight of 7.2 pounds. So this one is probably the coolest looking bludgeon in the game, at least in my opinion, and it's also really, really good stat-wise. So getting your hands on this one, as I already said, you need the Legacy of the Forge DLC. Once you find the sketch for the Caster 2, which you'll find in a chest during the In the Service of the Guild Silent Partner quest, you'll be able to have your assistant at the forge craft it for you, and then you'll be able to buy it from him. So that is how you get your hands on the Basilisk Warhammer. To the best of my knowledge, there is no other way to get it. So that is the top 10 best bludgeons in the game, and where to find them. I even went into that much detail for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video, but that's all for today. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.